Good evening, our guest of honor, Mr. T.K. Udairam, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening of Martin Sito's DigiArt Exhibition 2012. Thank you for joining us today in an exhibition that celebrates the inspiring works of the late Martin Sito. My name is Deborah Tiang, and I join in tonight's celebration as your MC, as well as one of the many witnesses who can attest to the vitality and hope that illuminated Martin's life in spite of his circumstances. In spite of the Machado-Joseph disease that led to the eventual degeneration of his muscles, Martin was never bound by the wheelchair that he was confined to. And in a short span of just 3 years, Martin created 160 pieces of digital art, fulfilling his mission to inspire and touch lives through the creative arts. Martin is survived by his son and wife, Sandra True, who is also the author of books Ward 43 and Love and Compassion, as well as the organizer of tonight's exhibition. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Sandra True to deliver the welcome speech. Sandra, please.
DigiArt. It may be new to some of you, and you ask, what is DigiArt? Actually, DigiArt is really doing art using computer. All right? It's new and not yet really generalized in this region. And DigiArt is perhaps more established in Korea and Japan. And we really do, I think we do not have many digital artists in this region, but we have one outstanding one in Singapore. And that's Martin. So let's give Martin a clap. Now, another question. Some were saying that, why am I doing this for Martin? Have you not let Martin go to rest in peace? I think I have shared recently in one of the, interview. Martin started off when he had this illness. It was like a hell to him. He wanted to commit suicide, and it's difficult for him to accept that fate. And I told him, you can't and you couldn't because of your son. You have to live on no matter how tough your life, so that your son and your next generations or future generations can live on with dignity and hope. And truly, I thank him for living despite of all the sufferings that he was undergoing. He fulfilled that promise by living to the last breath and passed away peacefully, joyfully, and victoriously. So not only he has fulfilled that vow or that promise to me, he has even created a legacy. And for that great thing that he has done for me, this depth of gratitude is something that I want to deliver and to fulfill his dying wish. Just to fulfill his wish, because he has fulfilled mine. So, and I was asking myself, why now? I could have waited for my son to grow up. But I have missed the opportunity to do it when Martin was alive. So I do not wish to miss it again when I'm alive, because life is unpredictable. That's why I've chosen to do it now and not later. So what is the significance of Martin's work? Whatever I've gone through with Martin has not been easy. And that's the reason why I have to go through this with him. Being the closest one who have fought alongside him for so many years, I knew what he has gone through. I witnessed his ups and downs, his tortures, every day battling against his illnesses, experienced falls and cuts wherever you can imagine, up to the later stage where he couldn't even eat or talk. So since he's gone, so naturally, I have become his dedicated messenger to convey two very important messages to others and to all of you through his art. Through Martin, I have learned two important things: the treasure of the heart and the value of life. First, the treasure of the heart. Our life mentor, Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, has shared with us there are three treasures in life. The treasure of the storehouse, namely our money, property, jewelry, or material possessions. The treasure of our body, in terms of our health, career, and capabilities. And the treasure of the heart. And this heart is the jewel deep within us, where our true identity lies, such as our virtues, love, and compassion. Martin had experience losing one after another. His money, his health, his career. And when he when he had thought he has lost all, he discovered and realized the treasure of the heart, which is as vast as the universe and as deep as infinity, which allowed him to transcend beyond his physical turmoil and break through his egoistic trap, to create many beautiful, vibrant, and uplifting artworks. They are beyond one's imagination. Truly, out of the three, the most important treasure that I have learned from Martin in our lives is the treasure of our hearts. And the ultimate treasure of the heart is the strength of faith to take on any adversity without fear or discouragement and transform suffering into a source of joy. That's why I have used his piece, Heart, you can see it on the left-hand side, as the cover page for my book, Love and Compassion. Secondly, Martin taught me about the value of life. I knew the value of life or the value of humanity is beyond our mundane views of ROI and dollars and cents, and no lives should be belittled. I realize people cannot appreciate Martin's art because we see him as somebody as a handicap. So as long as he's creating some works, that's fine. I used to think in that way, but I realized I was very wrong. So I have to be the one to step out to let people know the value of life and the value of his art. While others choose to believe what they see, I have to be the first one to do justice to Martin's hard work and creativity. In short, I have to believe first in order to see. And to believe, I have to be the first one to take the painstaking step to show it by putting my career aside first. It was tough to do this and to walk this journey for the past 1.5 to 2 years. But, when you want something so much, there's no easy way out. Love and victory come to those who believe it, and that's the only way out. In delivering Martin's mission to create value, touch hearts, and transform lives, this exhibition aims to inspire and encourage others. Why? To see the value of art. What is art? Art is our life. Something that cannot be spoken with words have to be expressed through art, in the forms of art. It can be music, song, visual, wherever. So we need art for human to progress. So the value of Martin's art lies in his creativity, his love for life in spite of adversity, his never say die spirit, though he was tagged as a write-off in the eyes of many, and his strong resilience to persevere in turning the impossible to possible. While no one can experience exactly what the beholder has gone through, but every one of us are interconnected in the vast universe. Be it Martin or I, we would not have come so far if without the love, encouragement, and support from our family and friends. Tonight, allow me to seal my deepest thanks to everyone, each and every one of you here, because it is with your love that our lives blossom, and it is with your strength that we survive victory. Lastly, just for Martin, as what I promised, I did it tonight with everyone as the witness.
First, let me thank Sandra for inviting me to this event. I'm indeed honored to be here. It's not the other way around. Good evening, Sandra, artists, friends, friends from SOCA, and Sandra's ex-colleagues. We gather here today to celebrate the work of Martin Sito and the selfless efforts of Sandra to share her husband's creative works. Our deepest gratitude needs to go to Sandra for her sustained effort, and this exhibition, I think, reflects the perpetual commitments and efforts of Martin, who expressed his love and compassion for life through his artwork. If you've gone through the pieces, or as you go through the pieces later, I think you realize that he has, it's really a very bright, very cheery, very colorful pieces of work. And each one of those pieces of work, no doubt, people think it's just because it's done by a computer, it's easy. But if you look at it, you will realize the depth of effort that he took. And also at the same time, you realize that although he was suffering physically, he was able to bring out a huge life within those pieces of art. And they reflect not just, I think, some of the pain that he suffered, but also some of the joy that he had through that period with Sandra as well, and his son. So I think that as you go through those pieces of art, and if you look at the piece that Sandra has used for this exhibition, which is the Cosmos of Life, which is over there, and if you look at the depth, and you see that in the center there is light, there is fire, there is also shades of blue and purple and green, which are more soothing and maybe a lot more sad, sorrow. But again, on the periphery, you see a lot more color and brightness. And I think each level or layer of this reflects the different levels that Martin went through, probably through his life. And it reflects that at the core, he still had life. So to me, when I look at all of these pieces of art, I just had a quick preview before you all came in, and I think that it's an amazing thing that Martin, within the 3 years, is able to create this 160 odd pieces of work, and each one quite different, quite unique, and yet in each one reflecting the challenge, the fight for life. I think this can inspire a lot of people to look at what he has done. And for Sandra, when she picked SOTA, I think for the students from SOTA, I think this should be an inspiration of what they should be aiming to achieve in life. What Sandra is doing in showing this piece of art are also the same. He's showing people that at the end of the day, however much we suffer, however much the people in other countries suffer, there's always an opportunity to find something good in life, and that we should cherish that life and we should fight to use it well and use it for the benefit of mankind. So Sandra, thank you very much for inviting me to this occasion to be able to speak here. I wish each and every one of you a very pleasant evening and enjoy the pieces of art as you go through the exhibition. I think you should go through each and every one and really have a good look, and I think you will find that each time there's something different in those pieces of art. Thank you.